Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Courtney. I'm a stay-at-home mom, wife, and aspiring author. And it's December. Yay! So I thought that today we would do a flip through of my December setup. I have been on the planner struggle bus for a couple of months. I had a little infatuation with the Sterling Ink N2, which is the week size planner. Thought I was gonna be able to go back into like bound book planning for like my main planner, and yeah, that just did not work for me. So I'm back in rings. This is the Moterm Personal Luxe. This is the indigo color, which I love. And so, yeah, for I think the second half of November, I jumped back in to rings and was trying to really decide if I could plan in personal size. If you've been following me for a while, you know that for the last, I think, 2-ish years, I've been using Franklin Covey compact size inserts. And while I love them, I think part of the reason that I was struggling so much with my ring setups is because I really was tired of printing and cutting inserts. It gets to be a little bit much. And so I wanted to see if I could really make personal size work for me, just because it's like a standard kind of planner size. It would be easy to find inserts that are already like pre-made, pre-punched, pre-printed, the whole nine. And what I have found out is that I'm fine on personal inserts. I think it took me a minute. I think like Franklin Covey Compact sort of gives you that little bit of extra space that you're used to if you're coming from a bigger size. I think personal can feel really narrow. But I'm doing okay with it. So this is my setup for December, and I think, hold on, let me grab my other cover real quick. Hang on. Okay, I think one of the things that I struggled with when I was in my ring, sort of, I want to say like late summer, early fall. I think we kind of all get in that space where you just get like a little bit antsy. It's planner launch season. You think like, oh, maybe I could try something new. All of the new stuff comes out. And so that kind of, catches your eye. Or at least it did for me. And I think I just was like a little bit bored in my rings, and like I said in another video, because I am like a chaos demon, I was just like, sure, like move everything into a system that you haven't really used for a while. It'll be fine. It was not fine. Lots of things like got missed just because I plan differently in a bound book than I do in my rings. And so let's chat a little bit about what was happening or what I needed to do. So I sat down and I made sort of a list of all of the things that I track or like to track or have to track, all of the things that I plan. Little note about like my favorite size, like covers and notebooks and whatever to use, things that I schedule, because to me planning and scheduling are two different things. What I'm currently kind of using a journal for, and then just like other random shit that I need to know: contacts, emails, passwords, list, reference info, all of that stuff. And then just what I know about myself in terms of planning, which is like I have discovered, and I know that I will not journal unless it's easy. The fewer planners and journals I have, the better. I'm most productive in a ring planner. I need basically all of my life together, because I won't get things done unless everything is in my face all the time. And I need a timed daily or weekly for time blocking in order to stay productive. And then I sort of broke things down to try to figure out like what I was missing and what I needed. So sort of left brain stuff, which is like my productive linear thinking. This is sort of the side of my brain that's hardest for me to tap into, because I'm not, I won't say that I'm not a logical person, but I'm much more creative than I am analytical, I guess. So it's harder for me to stay an analytical brain all of the time. But for my left brain, I need some type of soft structure. Mood has an impact on how I work, and having some sort of soft structure gives me enough flexibility to tackle the things that I need to do but are more suited to my moods. And this helps me stay productive and lets me hold myself accountable. I also need to break down goals and projects into small, sometimes very small, very basic chunks to help with my executive dysfunction and to prevent the "you're such a failure" negative self-talk, which kind of causes me to spiral. I need to be able to brain dump tasks and group them according to categories and then prioritize them to help me get things done. I must have a monthly and daily pages. Time blocking has really helped me with my time blindness, and KISS, keep it simple, slacker. And then my right brain is the side that I am used to and kind of tap into the most or identify with the most. I miss using stickers and washi tape, but I also hate feeling obligated to make things look aesthetic or a certain way. Memory keeping, events, daily snippets of life and photos is something that I really enjoy doing. I really do like my Hobonichi cousin, but I am also very overwhelmed by the amount of space in it and pages in it. I feel guilty when I fall too far behind in any like of my sort of memory keeping journaling things. I do like to kind of micro journal daily. I am getting into a habit of sort of long form journaling, so I need a place to do that. But also the easier and less complicated, the better for me. And ultimately, I know that I don't need to carry around all of the things with me, but maybe I need to acknowledge that I like to, even though I don't need to. I like to, and that's okay. So these are the things that I was sort of keeping in mind as I got back into my ring system. I also started watching a lot more like Japanese content creators. And I discovered two new to me channels. One of them is Nikki C, and the other one is, I want to say it's like Ellie Nim Studio or something like that. I will tag both of the channels below, but I really love the way, especially Nikki, is in a ring planner system, and she basically uses it like a journal, memory keeper, all of the things, and then she archives the months at the end of the month. And so um, despite me saying like, oh, I wanted to be impersonal because I was really tired of printing and cutting inserts and doing all of the things, I did go to, we'll get back into this in a second, but I did go to Crafective Paper, which is one of my favorite printable insert shops. And they had like a monthly booklet that was formatted for a standard traveler's notebook. I messaged them and asked them if they could resize it for me in personal rings, and they did so. And so that is what I used for November. So I will give you like a brief kind of flip through. I just kind of tested how I wanted to set it up because I didn't start using it until the end of, well, mid-month. So you get like a couple different just blank grids that you can set up in various ways. So I was kind of testing that out. You get a habit tracker, more of those kind of grid calendars. And then you get 30 daily pages. So I added pictures. I added little, like we went to a wedding this month, and this was ceremony card. So I punched that in. I added stickers, or I started adding stickers. I started doing some journaling in here, and I really am enjoying it. I used my journal freebie and started adding the prompts in here, and I really liked it. I ended up doing a tarot spread. I've been sort of ignoring my tarot study this month, but I was feeling really like overwhelmed. So I did a tarot spread and kind of journaled about that. I like copied my cards and added them. These little like half sheet notes from... Okay, so let's get into the actual setup for this month. So I made all of these dashboards just with my printer and like digital paper from Etsy. This is a little Hello Kitty gift card from Starbucks, a little doily, my contact info, and then it's a picture of my newest grandbaby. He is so adorable. I am still using these month on 2-page inserts that I got from Amazon. They're fine. this is just a little Polaroids of my husband and I on our wedding day. And that is me with my grandson last Halloween. And I just punched that in here. So I use these functionally. They are working. And then we have just some sticky notes. And we get into my next section, which is my weekly section. I did like a little collage here. Purpose is my word of this year. And I have been using these just kind of old school horizontal week on 2-page inserts that came with my Filofax, and I'm actually really enjoying using them. This is the current week. This I found in my stash. I think I made this a couple of years ago, and I'm just using it as a bookmark. So yeah, this is the current week. I have the rest of the year in here, so I'm enjoying using these. And then this is my Christmas planner. I got this from Paper Test Designs a couple of years ago. I believe it's still available. I will have everything linked in the description box down below. But I have started filling it out a little bit. So I just have, you have like your monthly overview, master to-do list, card list, movie list, Christmas playlist, and then gift planner. So kind of planning out stocking stuffers for the family, gift tracker, and then like Christmas menu. We do a brunch on Christmas morning, so planning that out. I did put some recipes in here. And then you have like your winter bucket list, and then just general lists in here, so that is super helpful. And then I printed this on acetate and just layered it over some vellum. And then I get into my daily section. So this is a freebie from Sleepy Notes Club, December goals, and then this monthly brain dump is a new insert from the Planner Room shop. I didn't fill out the calendar because I have this calendar and then one in my Christmas plan. There's just a lot of calendars happening, and I didn't really think that I needed it. So I just stuck a sticker up here and put a quote down here. I like this insert because it separates your brain dump out into categories, which is really useful for me. So kind of working my way through that. And then this is my yearly monthly tracker. I had it in Franklin Covey compact size. I really love this. You can track multiple things on one insert. So I just went ahead and printed this and popped it in here. I will use this as my symptom tracker for next year, but I have not set it up yet. And then my gratitude log. This is from Planner Room Shop. I pretty much have this in every size ring planner that I've ever been in. I didn't have this in when I was using my Sterling ink, and I really missed having a place where I was doing gratitude every day. I think it's really important to my mental health because it kind of pulls me out of my head. So I have the one for November, one for December, and then we get into the inserts from Crefective Paper for the month. So you get like a monthly overview page. So the first monthly I have set up is my meal planner. I prefer to plan out my dinners in one sitting for the whole month, because it's one of the things that it's just, I hate doing it, but things work better when I do plan out our meals. We eat better, our budget stays where it's supposed to be. Just we eliminate that annoying, like, oh, what are we gonna have for dinner today conversation. So it's just easier if I do it a month at a time and get it over with. So December meals in here still need to fill a few out. Then the habit tracker for the month. So these are kind of my habits and routines, as well as the things that I track for like my mental health. So my sleep, my mood, I'm just doing a plus, a minus, or a neutral. Fatigue, depression, and anxiety. And then I have this one set up as my daily tarot. So I had been pulling like a card a day and just writing a quick little note about it. I did not do it at all in the month of November. So I'm adding it to my rings for December. And then this is my December content calendar. Enough said about that. And then on this little half page, I just have Reels, Shorts, and TikToks for short form content. And then in this, you get sort of a monthly list, and I am splitting it up and doing Instagram on one side and then Instagram for my author account on the other side. And then on this little half page, I'm just tracking my analytics. So I have the last 2 days of November in here because I wanted to go ahead and move into them. And then this starts your daily pages. So it is currently Sunday, November 30th, so I don't have anything in my daily pages as of yet. Then I just have some notes pages punched in here where I'm kind of taking notes on some things right now. The next section I am using for content, so I have some of these content planning pages and then YouTube planning pages in here. I don't know that I will keep this section moving into 2026, but it's in here for now. More sticky notes. And then this is my journal section. So these are my December journal freebies. I only did them in personal size this month just because I ran out of time. But I still wanted to get them up and offer them to you. So if you're interested in having some journal prompts for December, I will link them in my Google Drive as well. So I have them all printed out, but you get just the prompts by week, and then a few little kind of deco pages if you want to print them out on vellum or something. You can, and then I just printed them on regular printer paper. And then this is the last one, and then I just have some grid paper that I punched in here to use if I needed to. And then my next section is just like notes and inbox. I'm just using this as an inbox. I typically just write stuff on sticky notes, so I didn't feel like I needed a whole section for it. And then, yeah, just like notes on different things, random lists and whatnot. And then this section is contacts and passwords, all of that good stuff. And then more notes paper if I need it. And then I have just these page flags, a page lifter with a pin loop on it from Amazon. And this is from JC Creative, I think, or JC Creative. In the back, I have my most used cards, my Watch Becca Create stencil, and these little, these are from Hey Planner Girl. I did not have cardstock, so I just printed them on regular paper, but now that I have cardstock, I might reprint them. And I can just either washi these in, punch them in, whatever the case may be. So that is my setup for December. I'm kind of excited to be back in rings again. I feel kind of settled, and I am still figuring out what I'm doing for 2026, but hopefully I'll get that figured out soonish. But yeah, so this is my setup. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. I appreciate it so much. If you want to see more videos from me, don't forget to click the subscribe button, turn on your notifications and all of that good stuff. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!